What up, Gripsters and random YouTubers? Evan here for Grips.com, wishing you a happy new year. And my gift to you to start this new year is to help you get a little bit more clear on what it is that you really want to get out of 2017. What it is that you really deep down desire. So in this video, it's going to be a little bit of an interactive video. I am going to begin by sharing with you 3 techniques, 3 steps to help you identify what it is you want and then figure out how you can get it. I'm then going to follow that up by sharing with you what my desires are for this year and the 3 steps that surround it. And then we're going to close up with a little bit of helpful advice to help you get through the obstacles that are probably going to come up along the way. Because, I mean, it's life. It ain't easy. It ain't just a smooth ride. There's always going to be some challenges that come up. It's completely unavoidable, but we can work through them, especially when we come together as a team. So, to begin, I would like you to choose one goal for the year. I would like you to set one destination that you would like to arrive at the end of 2017. Now, if you're used to goal setting, you probably have like 3 goals or 5 goals or maybe even 10 goals that you want to go after. But this year I invite you to do things a little bit differently and just choose one. And the reason for that, it's very specific. It's that throughout the year, you're going to come to points where you have to make a decision. You're going to come to a fork in the road where you have to decide, am I going to go left or am I going to go right? And if you have multiple goals or multiple destinations, you're going to find conflict in those situations where you don't know if you should go left to get to goal A or if you should go right to get to goal B. And therein lies the challenge. On the other hand, if you just have one goal, one destination that you're trying to get to, then when you hit that fork in the road, you'll know which way is the right way to go to get to your destination. And you'll know which is a detour or a distraction that, while it may be fun, is going to slow your process of arrival to the place that you really want to get to. So that is why I'm encouraging you to just choose one goal this year. So step 1 is to choose that one destination you really want to get to. Step 2 is to identify 3 habits that will help you get to that destination. 3 things that you can do on a regular basis, potentially even a daily basis, that is going to speed your arrival towards that destination and make it that much more likely that you actually get to where you want to arrive. And step 3 is to identify one thing that you can start doing today to put the wheels in motion. One action you can take that's going to start you on your path towards this destination. Now, it's easy to get overexcited when we've got a big goal and we've got something we're striving for. Just try to do everything right away. And I can tell you from firsthand experience that that is a guaranteed recipe for burnout. You don't want to climax prematurely. You want to slowly, steadily work your way towards your goal, work your way towards your destination. There are a couple of reasons for that. The first reason is that you actually get to stop and smell the roses along the way and enjoy the whole process, to enjoy the whole journey and really be present for it. The second reason is that when we rush things or try to take shortcuts, we miss out on the opportunity to actually develop ourselves and cultivate ourselves to become the person that deserves the thing that we want, or that is, capable of handling that which we desire. Because with great power comes great responsibility. And if you simply use some cheat code to get to the last level of the game, well, good luck actually beating that level when you have the chance to play it. So that's why I like to invite you to choose one thing you can do that's going to help you start that process of moving towards your goal. Because objects that are in motion tend to stay in motion. Objects that begin getting momentum tend to get more momentum. This is called inertia, also known as the snowball effect. On the other hand, objects that are at rest tend to stay at rest. So if you want to get somewhere, you do need to start moving, but you don't need to jump in fifth gear right away. You can start in first and work your way up to second and third over the course of the whole year. We have 12 months to get where you want to go. And I would encourage you, after you've written down your goal, to reflect on it and ask yourself, is this realistic for me to accomplish in 12 months? Is this somewhere I actually think I could get to in 12 months if I push myself? If I push myself to improve and develop myself, could I get there in 12 months? Or is it a little bit out of reach? Is that maybe more of a 36-month goal or a 10-year goal? If that's the case, come back to your intention. Set one that's realistic for 12 months, but that's still going to challenge you. You don't want something that's so simple that you don't have to do anything different to get it. You want something that's going to encourage you to take action, invest in yourself, and experience growth. So when you look back at the end of the year, you could say, wow, look how much I've changed. Look how much better I've become. And look how much I've accomplished and achieved as a result of doing that. You see, your goal is your motivator to transform yourself. But the real reward is the process, the enjoyment of the experiences that happen along the way, not the actual trophy or prize or whatever, the thing that you think you want is. That's your target, and the enjoyment, the pleasure, the real experience is going to be going there and walking the journey. Not sprinting, but maybe jogging. So I'd like to now share with you what my goal is for the year, the 3 habits that are going to help me achieve that goal, and something that I'm going to start doing today to get the ball rolling. I'm going to consult my little paper that I wrote on. I hope that's okay with you. I just want to make sure that all the information comes across. Okay. So, my goal for 2017 is to see a Gripster win the main event. And that includes me. But I've now changed my goal from a more selfish one of I want to win the main event to one that's more encompassing of everybody. I want to be a part of the main event victory. Now last year we came pretty close. Griffin Bencher got 7th place, and 5 years ago we actually achieved it. Greg Merson shipped the whole thing for $8 million. But, that's old news, and I'd like us to make headlines in 2017 as a team. So that's why I'm setting my goal as seeing a Gripster win the main event and being a part of it. Now, if you're saying, the main event's outside my bankroll, I can't play, for 10K this year, that's too soon for me, that's okay. For those of you who can't play the World Series of Poker main event, my goal is to help you win your local main event. Whether that's a $500 tournament, a 1K tournament, 2,500, 5K, whatever it is, I want to help you achieve that dream of winning that big live main event and experiencing the feeling of how it is to triumph over the whole field and be that last man or woman standing. It's a pretty good feeling. It's a pretty good feeling. So, next step, what are 3 habits that are going to help me achieve this goal and manifest it into reality? And I've realized that in order for this to come to fruition, I need to be sharing as much of my knowledge as possible with the Gripsed community, because if I've achieved that goal of winning a main event and I share with you what I've learned along the way and what I applied to get that result, then naturally, if you take my knowledge and information and apply it to your life, you should be able to duplicate that experience. And if we're all duplicating that experience, we've taken the step along the path to winning the World Series main event. Because, before you win the World Series main, you probably need to win a local main, right? Baby steps to get to the big goal, the big destination. So in order to be creating the best content and being as consistent as possible, I think there are 3 things that are really going to make a difference for me. The first is tapping into my deepest power on a daily basis, which involves a regular meditation practice and a breathwork practice. There's a lot of power in the air that's around us, and the more of that we can get into our systems, the stronger we can be and the more of our intelligence we can access. So that's step 1, tap into my deepest power on a daily basis. The second step, the second winning habit, is keeping my body strong, which means high quality food, high quality water, proper exercise, and proper rest. You may recognize this as I think it's the 5 tenets of yoga. The only one I was missing was proper thought, positive thought. But proper diet, proper movement, proper breathing, proper rest, and positive thinking. So that's number 2. And the third habit that I think is going to help me achieve this goal is to spend time with those I care about, spend time with the people I love. That's my friends and my family, because that love energy is what really keeps us charged up and motivated to continue moving forward. Love is the highest vibration. Love is the most powerful force in the universe. And to tap into it, we have to connect with the people and the things that make us feel that love and make us feel that passion. And when we have those things around us, it's amazing what comes through us. All right, so we've got my goal. See a Gripster win the main event. We've got the 3 habits which are going to help that happen. Tap into my deepest power on a daily basis through meditation and breath work. Take care of my body through exercise, diet, and rest. And stay energized, connecting with the love vibration, spending time with the people who I care about and who inspire me to be better. And finally, what is one thing I can do today to start the process? And it's one that you've heard before. Start journaling. Start journaling. And the reason I love journaling so much is this is kind of like the guidebook. It allows me to set my goals, set my targets, and then map out how I'm going to achieve them, because I can look at my weeks in advance, identify the tasks. I can look at my months in advance and identify those tasks. I can look at my whole year in advance. Also, with journaling, because you're saving your thoughts and you're saving your experiences, you can go back and reflect on them so that you can learn from them at a later date and see maybe where you went wrong, where you could have gone better. This is the really great power of journaling, is you have everything you need in one place to both plan for the future and reflect on the past, so you can learn lessons from the past and make better decisions for where you want to go in the future to actually get where you want to go. If you aren't tracking, you don't really know what's happening. And it's easy to get lost and confused and forget what you've done, and that's where journaling is so powerful. Now, over the last few years, I've been journaling a lot. And I went back and reread my journals from 2014, 2015, and 2016. And there were some really powerful thoughts in there. There was a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff that was going through my mind as I transformed myself into a world-class poker player and an all-around decent human being as well. And I didn't get to share those through the videos. So what I'd like to do this year is share a lot of those stories with the Gripsters who are really interested in that. And I'm going to do that via email so that those who want it can have it, and those who aren't interested can just keep watching these videos. So if you're interested in hearing and learning what was going through my head throughout the process of the journey from wanting to be the best poker player in the world to realizing I just want to help everyone be the best person that they can be, sign up to the mailing list at grips.com. And I think I'll probably be sharing an entry once a week or so. I don't want to overload you guys. Now, I recognize that when it comes to setting goals and stuff, For those who haven't done it before, it's not an easy process. And I've realized there are 3 major obstacles, 3 major challenges to actually making this happen. So I'm going to go ahead and speak them out, help you be aware of them, help you be aware of the potential limitations. So you're like, oh, it's not just me. Everyone has these challenges. I can break through them. So when it comes to identifying what you really want, what you really desire on a deep level, the hardest steps are, number 1, quieting the noise so that you can tap into your true desire. This is getting connected with what you want. Not what your parents want for you, not what your friends want for you, not what some internet advertisers want for you, and not what some random people on the internet want for you. Which can be hard to do because there's so much noise, and as soon as you wake up in the morning, as soon as you plug into the computer, boom, it's all coming at you. It's all coming at you left, right, and center. And it's so hard to turn it off, you just get carried down the rabbit hole. So that's why having these practices that we do before we plug into the rest of the world are very powerful. We can actually listen to our own inner voice and connect with our true desires before the world starts trying to influence us, telling us we need to have other things and a bunch of stuff that we really don't need. So that's the hardest one, is getting started with that. And that's why creating a sacred space, a quiet space, a place that's just yours where you can be alone with yourself and with your thoughts, your spirit, is the first step towards, enlightenment and happiness. The second challenge is setting out time to actually make a plan. Because it's so much more rewarding to be out there doing things, taking action. We're getting dopamine releases. There's all kinds of neurochemicals getting released when we're taking action and achieving. So it's very addictive to just do. But if we want to be most effective with our energies, we need to channel them towards specific things. And the easiest way to do that is to outline a plan of what we want, outline the steps that are going to help us get there, which include fueling the system in taking time to rest, reflect, and recover. And then simply following those steps. That way, you're wasting a lot less of your willpower and your decision-making ability on pulling audibles every day and reacting to the environment, because you already know exactly what you're going to do, because you know exactly where you're going to go, and you've already outlined the path that's going to get you there through using forward projection. So while it's not as fun to make a plan, it is so worth it to make a plan, and it will make every day thereafter that you follow the plan that much more fulfilling and that much more rewarding, because you will be achieving exactly what you want to achieve, and you will never finish the day feeling like you didn't do enough. And the third hardest step, no surprise here, is sticking with the plan that you've created, because people are going to try to pull you off course, and being patient. We live in a society that's all about instant gratification. It's so easy to get your fix. It's so easy to get a little high. It's so easy to get a little feedback here and there, a little, all the things. But if you really want to achieve something big, you're going to have to say no to the instant gratification sometime, so you can get a much larger gratification when you actually achieve what it is you set out to have. You're going to have to say no to the small things and build up your willpower in that process of saying no, and that will make your yes that much more powerful. Yeah. I used to have this problem. I wanted immediate results. That's why I got into poker, because you get that win right away. You get those highs, you get those rushes. But if you want to achieve big things, you got to say, I don't need the instant gratification, because I know I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm going to get what I really want when it's time for me to have what I really want. When I have the power and the discipline to handle that thing which I want, and I deserve it. So be patient. You will make progress. There's no need to start in 5th gear. That's the recipe for burning out. Go slow and steady, and you'll win the race. And obviously, throughout the process, you are going to find some sub-goals along the way that support you in getting your main goal. Like I said, my main goal was seeing a Gripster win the main event at the World Series of Poker. Well, seeing some Gripsters win some main events online or their local main events are sub-goals and steps that are along the way to that big goal. And you know, it may take time. It may take 5 years before a Gripster wins the main event. It may take 10 years before a Gripster wins the main event. But I've recognized that if I do everything in my power to maximize the chances of making that happen by sharing my knowledge, by being there to support you, by being a good example and trying my best to win the main event myself, then we have the best chance of manifesting it as quickly as possible. And whatever happens at the World Series of Poker, I'll feel like I did my best and I'll feel like content and fulfilled as a result of that. So if you're with me, I'm excited to have you on board. Please let me know in the comments what you thought of this video, if you like this kind of format, if you'd like to see more of these, and if you want to get all the knowledge firsthand, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you can be notified every time I release a new video. My intention this year is to help you level up your poker game with some really good poker strat and to transform your life with some really good life strat as well. 2017 is going to be absolutely amazing. It is the year when everything comes together and life is going to get so much better. Okay. This has been Evan for Grips.com. I think you know what to do. Take what you've learned, go out there, and get stacked.